Hello everyone, welcome to Software Quality Assurance Training SQL Day 10. My name is Narendra Chaudhari and let's recap from previous video. So let's see what we have learned in previous video, right? In previous video, we have learned the conversion functions, right? That is a part of single loop functions. So in conversion functions, we have learned the use of convert and we also learned the use of the cast. Basically, cast and convert used for convert the data from one data type into another data type. And we also learn why do we need to use this function, right? And we also learn the what is called general functions. General function is also part of single root functions, and there is case expression, is null function, nulliff function, and collapse function that we have learned. We know what is the use of all these functions, right? We use the case function, which is used to conditionally. We use an is null function, which is used to replace with null value with someone, and we use the nulliff function, find first non value, and we learn the collapse functions, right? So out of three main functions, we have completed one function, which is single row function. So we are done the single row functions, and I hope you guys all remember the single row function. There are four sub functions inside single row function. Like remember, uh, character functions, number functions, date functions, general functions, and conversion functions. So we completed all the function inside single row function. Today, in today's video, we are going to learn multi-row function. We are going to learn multi-row function, and multi-row function is also called group functions, right? So multi-row functions, which is also called group function, and this function is also called aggregation functions, right? Aggregation functions. Let's see what does that mean. So the aggregation functions are multi-row functions or group functions, right? This function operate and set up the row to give one result as per the group, right? So basically, as you know that this function is used to display the result in a group wise, right? Display the result in a group wide. This function do not support null, right? Nulls do not participate in the group function. So this function will not help to group based on the nulls, right? So for the null value, this function will not work. What are the multi-row function or group function or aggregator functions? There is the mini, max, count, sum, and average. There are some more other aggregation function like standard deviation, but we are not going to use for our testing purpose. Mainly for the testing purpose, as a tester, as a QA engineer, these are the five functions we are using frequently. As per the aggregation functions, right? Let's see what is the use of minimum function. So minimum function, it is used to find the minimum value of the columns or used to find the minimum value of the expressions. Whatever expression you have, whatever value you have, if you need to find the lowest value or minimum value, you can use this function. Okay. Syntax, minimum, and the column name. So for example, let me ask a question. Question says, display the minimum salary, hire date, age from the demo table. How do you find it? If I ask, can you give me the minimum salary of the person or a person who hired a person who hired the minimum, like the first, or what is the lowest age of the person? So if I run this query, if I execute this query, let's execute and understand this query. Right, first let's run just only demo table, right? So select start from demo. Let's run the demo table and see. With now it says find the minimum salary, right? Can you see what is the minimum salary here? Minimum salary, let's see the minimum salary of total salaries here. Let's see the minimum salary. It says 3,000, right? It says minimum salary was 3,000. Let's see the 3,000 is lowest salary. 666 85 75 35 100. 600, 8500 minimum. See, so there is no any salary less than 3000. So the minimum salary is 3000. So how do we found? By using the min function, and we use the column name, and we get the column alias as minimum, and we found the minimum salary as 3000. What is the minimum hire date? Minimum function can be used for any column. So minimum hire date, right? Minimum hire date, basically, what is the minimum hire date? Let's see that. It's 2010, January 15. Let me see all the data for hire date. Hire date 18, 18, 2018, 2018, 19, 14, 18, 19, 8, 19, 10. So see, there is no before then 10. So the 10, that means the Raj, that means his name is the Raj Kurmi. He's 32 years old. He's the project manager, and he is the person who hired first. That is minimum hire date. Okay. What is the minimum age? Can you tell what is the minimum age? 25, 28, 20, which is 20, 23. I think we are using 19 as well. So as per our understanding, the minimum value is, I see as 19. So see, we got 19. You can also use all three query in one query also. So if you see here, we got same thing. The like when you run one by one, we got same thing, right? So minimum salary 3000, minimum hire date 2010 January 15, and minimum age is 19. So I hope you guys understand what is the use of the minimum function in aggregation function, right? Similarly, maximum. Maximum is used to find the maximum value of the columns. Maximum value of the columns, right? So syntax, it's exactly opposite of minimum. So let's see, my question is find the maximum salary, I mean highest salary, find the highest hire date who hired recently, and find a person whose age is highest age. So how are you gonna find this one? By using this query. So let's run this query also. What is the maximum salary? 10,000, right? If you see the table, actual table, let start from demo. Maximum salary we found. See 6,000, 6,000, 7,500, 8,500, and the last we found 10,000. We got the maximum salary was 10,000. What is the maximum hire date? Maximum hire date basically the recent. Minimum it go past. Maximum it is close to today date. So this is the latest date. This is the latest hire date. If you see here, 2019 June 15. So 2019. So we have only one 2019 here and 2019, but we have what is called March. So March is not this. There one, two, three. Two people are on same hire date. So the minimum hire date, that means latest hire date, is June 15, 2019, and maximum. What is the maximum age? The maximum age is 40, right? Sorry if I repeat, if I say minimum, I'm sorry, it is the maximum, not a minimum. Okay. So what is the maximum age? You see 40 here, right? So the 40 is the maximum age. Similarly how we did all together, you can do the all together also. 10,000 is the maximum salary. 2019 June 15 is the maximum hire date, which is latest hire date. 48 is the maximum age. It's the oldest person in the demo table. I hope you guys understand the use of minimum and maximum. Let's see count. What is the count is? Okay. The count is used to get the total number of records from the table. If you want to find the total number of the record from the table, you can use the count function. Very important function. Every time we use these functions. Count can be performed as a whole count, or you can perform count group by some expression, right? Count, you can do select count star from table, or you can do the count in specific column, like you have 50 columns and you want to do the count in each column, you can use that as well. Also, the data can be filtered as ascending order or descending order. What is the syntax of the count? Syntax count and provide the column name, or count star, or count star comma one comma column one column two from table group by column one. Remember that when we do the count in any other columns, exactly same column we have to use after group by function. Whatever column you using with count, after table group by function should have exactly same column name. Otherwise, query will fail. So for example, if I want to do the total count here, I'm not adding any columns. So if I need to do the total count of the demo table, how many persons, how many records are in the demo table? So I did select select count function, and I did star. Star means every column. Here the star means all the columns. Select count star, and I give the add alias. Alias I give total alias, total count, and from table. So if I run this, it will give me a total count of that table. But my question, I asked one question: count the person in each client and each job, right? Basically, find how many person are working in each client, find how many person are working in each job. So let's copy everything and execute and analyze one by one. So let's see first, let's do the count, overall count. What is total count? Total count is 23. Let me put 23 here. Okay. Now it says count of the person, count of the persons, count of the person in each client and in each job. So we know how many people are working in each client. So I did count of all columns, okay, and I give as a person or people, and I'm doing group by client ID, means in which client how many people are working there, from table name group by client ID. Remember I told you that any column that you are using with count, exactly same column need to place in group by function, otherwise it will not work. So if I run that, I see here, see the null. There are 9 people who don't have any client, so that's why it's gives 9, it's gives null. There are 3 persons working in client ID 10. We don't know what the client ID 10 mean, but we'll be knowing in upcoming chapter. There are 4 people working in client ID 15. There are 1 people working in client ID 20, 3 people working in client ID 25, and 3 people working in client ID 30. Similarly, job. If you see job, 9 people, they don't have job. Okay. Similarly, I put count as a people, and I give job name as a job name from demo table, group by, I give job. So first, what will do? It will make the list of job. What are the job of high level, right? Like QA, ETL testing, developer, modeling, business analyst, house maker. So first, it will list out the job name, and it will find how many people are working in each job. So there is 9 people who don't have any job. That means their job ID is null. Their job is null. So that's why for 9 people it's give as null. 1 people working as an automation engineer, 1 people working as a business analyst, 2 people working as a developer, 1 people working as a ETL test lead, 1 people working as a ETL testers, 2 people as a junior QA, 1 people as a project managers, 3 people as a senior QA, 1 people as a senior SDET software development test engineer, and 1 people as a working as a test lead. So this is group by job. See here, let me see the last one. If I run the query, will it run? Can someone tell me? Yes, it will. See, client ID, job, job. Now I am doing the group by client ID and group by job. That means how many person are working in this client at same job. So let's see the area. First of all, 9 people have no jobs, there is no client, and 1 people working as ETL tester. And where he working? He working in client 10. One and in client 10, we know that in client 10 there are 3 people working client 10, right? And all 3 people are different. See, in client 10 there are 3 people, and all 3 people are working in different positions. 1 people working as a ETL tester, junior QA, test lead. Similarly, client 15. Client 15, there is 3 people working total in client 15, right? In client 15, there are 3 people, 2 people working as a developer and 1 people working as a junior QA, and basically 4 people, and 1 people working as a senior estate. Similarly, client location 20. In client location 20, only 1 people working as a automation engineer, right? Similarly, client location 25, client location 25, we have 3 people. 1 people working as a business analyst and 2 people working as a senior QA, right? Similarly, client location 30th, we have 3 people, and each 3 people working in different positions. 1 people working as a ETL lead, another people working as a project manager, and another people working as a senior QA, right? Similarly, they are working like that. So I hope you guys understand what is the use of the count. Let me repeat in summary. The count is used to find the total number of record in a whole table, or it is used to find the number of record in each column grouped by same column. Okay. Next, we have sum. What is the use of sum? Sum itself, it says sum is total. So this function is used to add the value of the column. Any columns you want to add the total value of that columns, you can use the sum function. It is also can be performed as a whole or in a group, similar as count, right? So what is the syntax? I am doing sum of the column. Now, there may be the question might come. Question is display the total salary from all the job and all the client. How many people are, what is the total salary of QA job? There may be 2 QA. What is the total salary of ETL tester job? What is the total salary of developer job? What is the total salary of automation engineer job? This is one question. Another question can come, how many, what is the total salary that paid by client 10? Client 10 could be Bank of America or Wells Fargo. We will be knowing in the future, right? What is the total salary paid by Wells Fargo or client 20? What is the total salary paid by MetLife or client 30, right? So like in this kind of scenario, we are going to use sum and then group by functions. Let's see, let's run this query and see the result. Okay. What is the total salary of demo table? Total we have 94,500. How? If we add all salary, select star from demo. If you add all the salary, it becomes 94,000. So that is what it calculate all the salary and it get total salary. Similarly, if I want to find the total salary of each job, like how much they are paying for the QA, how much they are paying for the ETL testing, how much they are paying for the developer. So group by each job. So similarly, before we use the count here, right? We put count here, but now we are putting here sum. Exactly same, but count is used to count the total number of record, where sum is used to add the total number of record. It is adding and that is counting. So this is different. Okay. So see here, no job, no salary. There is 1 people working as an automation engineer, which salary is 8,500. See, developer jobs. If you see the number 4, developer salary is 15,000. That means there is 2 developer. We saw that right earlier. There is 2 developer, and total salary they are paying per developer as 15,000. Similarly, if you see Other there is variable two. For example, if you see here 10,000 project manager, 6,000 junior QA. Remember, junior QA, there is two junior QA and they are paying 3,500. One junior QA and another junior QA, they are paying 3,000. So total salary was 6,500. Similarly, there is senior QA 18,500, right? Senior QA 18,500. That means there is two QA. So it will give the total salary of each job paid by the company. Similarly, how much the money getting, how much, what is the total salary of each client? So see, client ID null, that means no client, then no money, no salary. Client ID 10, they are paying total, their client ID 10, it could be like Bank of America, let's see, for example. Client ID 10 means Bank of America. Bank of America, they are paying 17,000 per month as a salary. And now in 17,000, it could be BA, QA, ETL, anything. Similarly, client ID 15, it could be Wells Fargo. Client ID 20, it could be they're paying 8,500. Client ID 25, they're paying 19,000. And client ID 30, they are paying 23,000, right? So this is how the sum function work. And sum function, remember, as we work whole count also, whole add, and we also found the whole count in group by each department, count in group by each column. So see here, like that. So I hope you guys understand these functions are very, very important in real-time project. Okay. The next we have average function. Average function, everybody know what the average means, right? Like if there is five people and there is $10, how much each person will get? Average $2, like that. Similarly, so average means basically total number of whole value divided by total participant. How many participants are there? So it is used to find the average value from the expression. It could be any columns, expression, column, fields, right? The syntax is this one, average and column name. Now if I see display the average salary from all the job and all the client. What is the average salary, right? So let's read and execute line by line, right? So if you see here, what is the average salary? 6,575. As we know that, what was the total salary? Total salary we have like around like what is called, total salary was about 94,000, right? And out of that, 9 people have no salary. So about, and there are 23 people in that table, right? So there are 23 people on that tables, and total we have 19,000, right? So what it will do is it add first all the salary, okay, and then it divide how many people are there. So for example, let's see here, sum, let's see here, RI, sum the salary. Total salary was 94,000, right? And an average salary we got how much? 6,500, right? 6,500 we got. That means, let me do the calculator, CAL. That means, so 94,500 divide by 6,500. That means around, oh, sorry, 6,550. 6,550, because people cannot be in decimal point, right? So total salary was 94,500 divided by 6,750 each person getting. That means 14 people have their salary. 14 people. Let's see if there is 14 people. So let's start from demo. Now you have question, there is 23 people, why it's 14 people? See, there is 23 people, 23 road, but out of 23 people, 9 people does not have any job, any salary. So one salary, two salary, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There are total 14 people who have salary. So they add together and divide by 14. That is what the average do here. All right. Similarly, find the average salary of each job. This question says find the average salary of each job. How many, what is the total salary of QA? How many people are working in the QA? Divide by that people. So it will add. Let's run and then analyze. See, automation engineer only one people there, so all salary divided by one. Similarly, BA there is two BA, then the whole salary divided by two, right? Developer there is two developer and each developer has 7,500, so it will be one developer will be 7,500. So basically, the average function is used to find the average value of the specific expression. For example, how it's work? It will add all the value and divide by number of participants. How many participants are there? Okay. So I hope you guys understand the average. Let's even note questions. Count function can be also performed as a having clause. See here, having clause. We have learned the group clause, but we haven't heard, we have not learned the having clause. So it says validate and see if there is the duplicate client ID or duplicate person in the demo table. So find, this is very important. If someone send find the duplicate in person table, is there any duplicate record or no? So how it's work? We do the count, okay, and then we use the column name that we want to check if that column is duplicate or not, and we from table name group by same column having thousand greater than one. So let's see here. So if you run this one, it will find is there any duplicate client ID in demo table or no. If there is a duplicate, which client ID get duplicated. So if you see here, 9 means they all are same, so they don't have any client ID. So 9 is gone away. It's does not come under this expression. 3, there is the 3 duplicate client ID 10. There is 15 duplicate client ID 4. Sorry, there is 4 duplicate in client ID 15. There is 3 duplicate in client ID 25. There is 3 duplicate in client ID 10. If we add them total, 3, 4, 7, 7 and plus 3 is 10, 3, 13. There is 13 records are duplicate. Okay. Similarly, find the duplicate of person ID. Person ID, right? No duplicate. Why? As we know that the person ID is the primary key, right? Primary key cannot be duplicate in a table. This is what we are doing the validations. We in real-time project we will do the duplicate validation, and in duplicate validation we are doing on primary key. Here client ID is not a primary key, right? Client ID is not a primary key. So if this is not a primary key, it could be duplicate. But the person ID in demo table is the primary key. So in that situation, person ID cannot be duplicate, person ID cannot be null, person ID cannot be blank. Our last question saying we are trying to do the group by client ID, right? But here we are using group by person ID. So in that situation, this query will give an error saying that invalid uh, column, column we are using in aggregation function. Either we have to change as a person ID here, or we have to make here as a client ID. Then only it's gonna work. Okay. So this is it for today. I hope you guys understand the aggregation functions, and this function is very important in our real-time projects. Please watch 2 or 3 times if you want to understand. And if you have any question, please text me or email me. And thank you so much for your time. Thank you.